King Jesus, King Jesus. Hey, it's another day and I have another Bobbi Kristina story. That's Bobbi Kristina Brown. She's 21 years old and she's the daughter of Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. Both were great singing artists from the 80s and 90s. As you know, Whitney Houston died in an apparent overdose in California during the Grammy Awards 3 years ago. While her daughter was apparently at the hotel suite where she died in. And now they're saying that the family, that is saying that Bobbi Kristina is fighting for life. It says the headlines in the Daily Mail says the devastated family revealed her grave condition after she was found face down in the bathtub and suffered significant brain injuries. It reads, Bobbi Kristina Brown, 21, was found unresponsive and face down in the bathtub full of water at her Atlanta area home on Saturday morning. She was discovered by her husband, Nick Gordon, and a friend who began CPR before the police took over as they awaited an ambulance. The family has remained tight-lipped about her condition, but she is reported in a medically induced coma. Sources say the family has been told to prepare for the worst. This comes days before the 3rd anniversary of her mother's accidental drowning in a bathtub on February 11, 2012. I don't know why the press and the family won't face the obvious. Bobbi Kristina has already died. And what they're trying to do is not a matter of Bobbi Kristina fighting for her life. She's already died. Let me be the first to tell them if they don't already know. And if anything, they're looking for a spiritual miracle of resurrection or a scientific miracle of resurrection. And at this point, it looks like it can't happen. Well, I'm not going to say that a spiritual resurrection can't happen, because it can. But as far as science, there's nothing science can give this family, or medicine can give this family at this point. As they were told to prepare for a funeral, they should get on with it. This type of drama and dragging out the death of this young girl does the family or the public no good at all. There's no hope in this. And it says that Bobbi Kristina Brown is fighting for her life after being face down in a bathtub on Saturday morning. Her family has revealed in a statement. Now, all this publicity and playing to the public doesn't help anything. It says the 21-year-old daughter of Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston was unresponsive when she was found by her husband, Nick Gordon, at their Roswell, Georgia home on Saturday morning. And I'm going to talk more about the circumstances when she was found. Bobbi Kristina is fighting and surrounded by her immediate family, says the Houston family in a statement on Monday. Her father's already said he is asking you to honor our request for privacy. If that's the case, don't release any statements. What is the public got to do with your daughter dead? You need to focus on your family. And doctors already have told them to prepare for the worst. She has no brain function. She's on a ventilator, and tests have found her brain function is apparently not there. On Sunday, Bobbi Kristina was moved from North Fulton Hospital in Roswell, Georgia, to another hospital in Atlanta. The report that Bobbi Kristina Brown has been taken to a hospital in Atlanta, Georgia is accurate, her father's lawyer, Christopher Brown, told Page 6. No additional information will be forthcoming. See, all this press and lawyers involved and all that, it's not necessary for a person to be dead or for a person to die. It says the family has remained tight-lipped about the cause of the emergency and her condition. On Saturday, her husband, Nick Gordon, was pictured looking anxiously outside the emergency ward at North Fulton Hospital with his hood up and a phone in his hand. He was apparently joined at the hospital by Bobbi Kristina's father, Bobby Brown, and Tyler Perry, among others. And they keep saying this privacy is wanted. They don't want privacy, otherwise they wouldn't be releasing publicity statements and press releases from lawyers and whatnot. There's a statement here that this is Bobbi Brown's worst nightmare. Losing Whitney was hard, but this is a million times worse, and to lose her in the same way would be devastating to Bobbi Brown. Well, you know, I think that if people do things to arrive at a particular result, they're going to get that result. And I don't understand what's so difficult for people to understand that their actions cause consequences. Consequences are a direct result of actions. And all the actions that these people have taken up until this point have led to these consequences. And that's true for everybody, whether you're famous or not. And there's no amount of publicity that's going to change outcomes from situations that you yourselves have created. Sources describe Bobby Brown as inconsolable. Well, he should have been inconsolable before this all happened and made efforts to prevent it from happening rather than just arriving after all this has been done. It says everyone is holding hands, praying, hoping for the best. Everyone knows where things are at. They should realize that she's dead. Now, on another note, it says here that Bobbi Kristina, in the Daily Mail again, had a stash of drugs in her home when she was found face down in the bathtub, and a friend with a history of drug arrests was in the house when the tragedy struck. In other words, there was a the friend who was with her husband when they discovered her body and gave CPR was a drug dealer. His name is Maxwell Lomas, and he's 24, and he was with Bobbi Kristina and her husband Nick Gordon on Saturday morning when they discovered her unconscious in the bathtub. He was arrested last month on drug charges, including intent to distribute marijuana and possession of alprazolam, better known as Xanax. His previous arrests include possession of a firearm in the commission of a crime and probation violation. It says Bobbi Kristina Brown, 21, is on a ventilator and has no brain function, basically. It claimed that she was able to open her eyes and the amount of oxygen going to her brain is increased 3 days later. This tragic incident apparently happened just days before the 3rd anniversary of her mom, Whitney Houston's accidental drowning while on drugs also. It says here that Bobbi Kristina's family has confirmed that drugs were found in her home following her near drowning. She was drowned. As police records reveal, she spent the day with a friend who was previously charged with drug dealing. It says as Whitney Houston's daughter continues to fight for life in the Atlanta hospital, sources confirmed that officers found the narcotics while conducting a second, more thorough search. Records have also revealed that Maxwell Byron Lomas, the gentleman who was with her husband when he found Kristina's body and helped give CPR, was with Bobbi Kristina on the day she was found unconscious in the bathtub, and he had been arrested just a month before for drug distribution. He was taken into custody on January 14th and later released on $15,000 bond, according to the Fulton County Jail records. It says Maxwell Lomas is of Duluth, Georgia, and he's 24 years old. He was charged with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of Xanax, and possession of a firearm or knife during commission of or attempt to commit certain felonies. Law enforcement sources say they believe from the beginning Bobbi Kristina ended up face down in the bathtub as a result of drugs. It says Lomas and Bobbi Kristina's husband, Nick Gordon, have been friends for the past 2 years. His 18-year-old girlfriend, Daniela Bradley, had also become a close friend of Bobbi Kristina. Lomas was in the couple's Roswell, Georgia home on Saturday morning when Gordon found his wife unconscious in the bathtub and called 911. In his latest mugshot, Lomas was seen wearing a hoodie, but records show he was previously arrested in connection to drugs, firearms, and alcohol, plus a probation violation. In June 2011, he was drinking alcohol and firing shotguns into the air with a group of friends at the Dawson Forest Wildlife Management Area in Dawsonville. After police saw the group of young men, authorities investigating allegedly found nearly 4 ounces of marijuana in bags. So there you have it, folks. This is an ongoing dramatic saga. Should be ended soon. I mean, this is too much already. You know, this is not the process of dying. It don't take this long for someone to be dead. And I don't know why the doctors haven't called it yet, and I don't know why the family is refusing to accept it, but it's a done deal. And I'm not saying this just because I'm heartless, or any reason like that, but you know, all this drama isn't necessary. This result is the direct consequences of all the actions taken by the people involved up until this point, with no intervention, no clear-headed thinking involved, young people unsupervised, pursuing what they know to pursue, and that's it. So I'll continue to follow this, but I'm going to do some other videos in the meantime.